Jesus knew that every step he took was one step closer to his death. He knew that before he died, he would have to confront the centre of religious power, those who'd used God's name to manipulate and control and oppress. He knew that he would be betrayed to death by one of his friends and companions on the road. He knew that he would be falsely tried through ill will and corruption. He knew the crowds were fickle and likely to turn on him as they had the prophets before him. He knew he would be mocked and humiliated. He knew his dearest and closest friends would fail him, abandon him, deny him, struggle to believe in him. He knew he would be flogged, tortured, almost beyond what he could physically bear. He knew his mother's heart, the hearts of the men and women who loved him, would be broken. He knew he would suffer an agonising death and face the greatest confusion and darkness he had ever known. He knew that if he was faithful to the end, he would know the greatest joy, bringing healing and love and new creation to the world promised in the resurrection. When I think of Jesus and his way of the cross, I believe that with each step he was identifying more deeply with us, with all of us, especially the most broken parts of ourselves and our communities. He was identifying with all the pain, suffering and despair of a really messed up, broken, sinful and lost humanity. He was identifying with all the oppressed and downtrodden ones. And he invites us to pick up our cross and take this path, the way of the cross. He invites us to walk in solidarity with others who are forced to walk a path of suffering, humiliation and death. He invites us to know our own weakness and brokenness and not to be afraid to keep walking. We see ourselves in all our messy mix of beauty and ugliness, courage and fear, insight and illusions, love and hate, with all our different personalities and creativity and passion. We see ourselves walking the ways of the cross, and we read that for the joy set before him, Jesus endured the cross, the joy of bringing us on the journey, the joy of returning to be with the Father.
Yeah, come on. Take the big steps.
Jesus calls us also to keep walking in his spirit. Keep walking. Way of the cross, way of resurrection, way of his glory. He calls us in the spirit to keep walking.